Thanks for coming in. How are you today? Good, great. I seriously cannot thank you enough for coming in and meeting with me on this story. So, really, the pleasure is all mine. Alright? So, I spoke to you on the phone about giving me some, kind of a witness account of this news story that I'm doing. Okay. Alright, thank you for doing this for me. So, my name is Calliope. Yeah, I've been kind of interning here for a little bit, but they're starting to give me my own stories, and hopefully this will be the one to cinch the deal. So, I hope you don't mind. I have this microphone here to record the interview that we're doing. Okay, is there any reason that you'd want to go as an anonymous source? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I know, some people, with dealing with certain stories, they wish to remain secret, but I wouldn't see why with this story, but in any case, thanks for doing this. Okay, so if you'd like to get started, I just kind of want to go over some details with you. So, with the story that we're doing here, looks like what I've got down is there was a man who burnt down a group of houses down because he was trying to remove snow with a flamethrower. Is that correct? Okay, so we're both talking about the same thing. Perfect. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get started. What is your full name? Okay. And your age? Okay. So, let's go ahead and get into kind of, the meat of this discussion here. Why exactly were you at this crime scene? Okay. A neighbor? Alright. So, can you tell me a little bit, do you know who the guy was who burnt down these houses? Okay, so, not particularly? Alright. What kind of person is he? A reclusive person? Okay. So, is there anything else you can give me about this man? Obviously he keeps to himself, right? So nobody really knows who he is. Does he have a history with this kind of thing? The, arson kind of, pyro sort of deal? He burns bonfires in his backyard? Are you serious? Wow, okay, so he has a previous history of violence with fire. Alright. Okay. So, can you tell me the name of this gentleman? His name is Florida Man. Alright. Okay, so Florida Man burns down houses while using a flamethrower to remove snow. Perfect. So, can you tell me the address of this group of houses that we're talking about? Okay. Did you say court? Okay. Okay, so I'm not quite familiar with that area, but that's kind of more of a cul-de-sac sort of homeowners association area, is that correct? Okay. Okay, so what you're telling me doesn't quite match up, though. If he's a very reclusive person, but you're in a homeowners association, I mean, generally those don't really go hand in hand, right? Okay, so his house is kind of grandfathered in? Okay, very interesting. Okay, so what you're telling me is that this man doesn't really belong in this area, is that correct? Okay. Okay, so can you tell me approximately the time this occurred at? 6 p.m. Okay. And what date? Okay. Alright, so now we can kind of get into what actually happened. So I'm going to be typing a lot, and I may kind of repeat back what you've said to me. So let me go ahead and just pull up my sleeve a little bit. It's about to get spicy here. I'm really feeling this is a good story. Okay. Alright, so from the beginning, from when you came upon this scene, tell me exactly, what happened, word for word, verbatim, don't leave anything out. Okay? Alright. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he was shoveling the snow. Alright. Now, I don't quite recall, how much snow have we gotten? About 6 inches the last week? Oh, Lord. Okay, so he has been shoveling for the last few days. Alright, that's good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Alright, so he's been kind of making a pile of all this snow in one area, and it's gotten up to about waist high, is that right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you came home, and he was outside shoveling the snow, right? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you started shoveling as well, as it was the end of the day, right? So, when exactly did he bring out this flamethrower? Okay, so it's a propane tank hooked up to a torch. Okay, so he brought it out at about 5:30. So he got a whole half hour of burning all this snow. Okay. Okay, so you are shoveling the snow and he opens his garage and brings out this propane tank with a torch attachment and then starts going to town? Okay, so what you're telling me is he yelled something before he did this? Okay, can you tell me what he yelled? Oh. So he said, "I'm tired of all this white bullshit?" Man, yeah, then Florida man really knows what's on everybody's mind, I guess. Wow. Oh, that's racy. Okay. Okay, so I can't obviously write all of this in my article. I can't even put enough bleeps or expletive marks on that, so maybe I'll just leave that out. Okay. So that's a lot of F words and a lot of, yeah. Alright, Florida man. Alright, so he started with the sidewalk, obviously, went to the driveway. Okay. And yeah, so it's been cold, so he slipped and fell on some of the ice that he made and set fire to his house. Okay. Yes. Alright, so from there on, obviously his house catches fire. This is a new development, so most of the houses are kind of made out of plastic, right? So it really just jumped from house to house from there. Did he try to put out the flames at all, or? Okay, so, alright, so he got buckets of snow and tried to put out the fire with snow. The same snow that he didn't want to move because of how much white bullshit there was. Okay. Alright, so obviously, that he didn't put out the flames, it jumped and burnt down a few houses, right? Okay. Was anybody hurt at all? Okay, couple injuries, alright. Alright, so besides any of that, are there any notable details that you can give me? I have, how much damage this costed, which is a pretty penny, that could have been obviously not dealt with if we just shoveled the snow, right? Or invested in a snowblower, because I think a snowblower is probably a little less expensive than burning down your house from trying to flamethrow the snow. So, okay. Okay, well, perfect. You've given me, a tremendous help here in, figuring out the fill-in-the-blank spots about this story, so I really do appreciate you coming in. If there's anything, you can tell me about the incident, anything you remember, just give my office a call, okay? Alright, thanks so much for coming in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, okay?